one of the 36 million community members from all 50 states who want to let criminals know that their neighborhoods and cities are taking a stand against crime. For more information about National Night Out, coming up on Tuesday, August 2nd, call Glendale PD's Community Policing Office at 818-548-4015 or visit www.glendalenno.com.
Welcome to the July 26th meeting of the Glendale Housing Authority. May we have a roll call, please?
Certainly. Authority members Friedman?
Here.
Manukian?
Here.
Incy?
Here.
Jarian?
Here.
Brazian?
Here.
Weaver?
Here.
Chair Quintero.
Here. And we have your report.
The agenda for the July 26, 2011 regular meeting of the Glendale Housing Authority was posted on Thursday, July 21st, 2011 on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
What's next?
Approval of minutes.
So moved. Second.
The minutes stand approved as submitted. Next.
Next is oral communication. Discussion is limited to items not part of this agenda. Each speaker is allowed 5 minutes. Members of the Housing Authority may question or respond to the speaker, but there will be no debate or decision. The matter may be referred to staff through the Executive Director for investigation and report.
Have one card, Richard Espiritu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. My name is Richard Espiritu. I've been watching the Beeline, and the Beeline just published their new improved schedule. When I was going through the downtown specific plan, we had discussed the Beeline at great lengths. What happened is we needed more service, and we were going to increase the hours, and there was a lot of recommendations that came out of the downtown specific plan. Unfortunately, for those of us who ride the Beeline, the services are being reduced. I just picked up the schedules from Transportation and Parking, and I asked them, how did you get this through without a public hearing? And they said, oh, that was easy. We just put it through the budget plan, and it went through the budget. Nobody knew about it because it was buried in this humongous document. This is going to affect a lot of people, not only the seniors because of the waiting time of 30 minutes between different rides on the bus, and also because of the fact that the services are going to be terminating earlier. And they're getting started later in the morning, and the students who are on zero period, who are going to Hoover High School and Glendale High School, and zero period is basically an AP class, aren't going to be able to get there because the buses don't start until 10 minutes before their classes start. I wondered why nobody ever took in consideration our students who are excelling in our high schools, who want to go to college and are taking zero periods, are not going to be able to get there. Thank you very much.
Okay, what's next?
Mr. Quintero? I just wanted to respond to the speaker. I agree with you about the service cuts. We didn't try to sneak anything through. We actually had a transit session during the budget hearing that was a whole long, at least an hour-long session, and we did have the public here. And during that time, we voted, as far as I remember, to raise fares and try to reduce the service cuts. So my question for staff is, are we having that original packet of service cuts that was proposed? I thought that the idea behind raising the fares was to avoid the service cuts, or at least some of the service cuts.
Well, as I recall, you needed both to balance the fund and to meet the needs of the operation. It's too bad this is coming up now. I'm having a hard time drawing its correlation with the Housing Authority. That we're during the council meeting, Mr. Zerna be here and better able to speak to it, so we'll have to get back to you on the specific conclusions of the study. But it was a combination of both that was going to be needed in order to balance the transportation fund.
Because from what I remember, and you're right, this was an off-topic oral communications, and this is off-topic now. From what I remember, there were different options of raising the fares different amounts. And the vote was to raise the fare, the maximum amount that was proposed to us so that we could try to reduce service cuts. So I'm sure that there are some cuts that go along with that, but it was my understanding that we were avoiding many of the service cuts by doing that fare increase.
And I think you were, but I don't recall the specific reduction, so I can't speak to the specific lines that are raised, and I'll ask Steve Zern to prepare for you a summary of
Okay.
all of the decisions from that study session so you're familiar with it.
Okay, thank you.
You. Next.
Authority member staff comments.
Comments? I hear none.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned.